So what are we trying to do with this retail strategy, which was the topic of the discussion today? First, I would like to say that there is a problem in Europe, is that retail investors, consumer, invest much less in financial markets than, for instance, their equivalent in the United States. So we do not have that contribution to the good functioning of the market, which we have in other countries. The second is that there's a lack of trust on behalf of consumers in the market. And of course, if you don't have trust, you are not encouraged to invest into something. So now the answer which the Commission is trying to bring to these issues. I think we want to work on two aspects. First, we would like to, what we say, empower consumers more. And second, we would like to increase that trust into the financial market I was talking about. In terms of empowerment, I think we would like to work on two fronts. First, we would like to give better information to consumers. So the documentation which, for instance, they get before investing should be simpler, and it should also be more adapted to the digital age. So people should be able to have access to that information on their mobile phone, for instance. And second, we also want to work on what we call financial literacy. It is clear that in Europe, people are not educated about investing into financial markets. So we would like to, together with the member states, to improve that level of, let's say, education, again, in order to empower those consumers. And the second dimension I was talking about, so it is the issue of the lack of trust. We try to address it also in two ways, I would say. First, by ensuring that the possible conflicts of interest that exist between the different actors on the market, you've got the consumers, the insurance company, the distributors. We want to make sure that all those interests are aligned. And one of the risks which we see there is that the way those entities, distributors and insurers are remunerated would lead to that kind of conflicts of interest. So we try to address that by looking at the remuneration processes, and this is what we call this inducement work, and this led to, as we said, discussed today, a partial ban on inducements. And the second aspect, which is also quite important, is what we call value for money. So we want to make sure that basically the products which are put on the market present a real return on investment for consumers, that the cost which necessarily are associated to the production and the management of a financial product do not eat too much on the return, which of course all consumers are expecting from their investment. So we are proposing to address that issue, to put in place some kind of benchmarking system around Europe that would encourage manufacturers of financial products to compare, the quality and the return, the cost and benefits of the products which they put on the market, compared with a range of similar products from the competition, so that at the end of the day, those products that do not really present a real interest for consumers would basically disappear from the market. That would be our final objective. So these are the main elements of our proposals. It's only a Commission proposal. Now the ball is on the camp of what we call the European co-legislators, so the European Parliament and the Council. The debate is has started. It's kind of heated because we are not talking about easy things there, but we hope that at the end of the day we'll find an appropriate solution.